Welcome to Jen's Creativity Corner. Today we are going to go over a tin that I made full of fun games for kids and adult alike. A little bit of mix there for different ages. Alright, so there are several games in here and we will just go one by one. Some things will be in the description box. First we are going to start with this little sheet of paper here. It has dots on one side. It is just clear, nothing on it on the back side. And go ahead and laminate it. I'll link down below to the laminator I got on Amazon. Really affordable, really necessary. And then also these short little dry erase markers that fit in there. You want at least 2 colors. So I made multiples of these sets for some Christmas gifts for my nieces and nephews and kept one for myself for when I have kids. But if you're familiar with the dot game, you just each take a turn and so forth and so on, until all the boxes have been claimed and the winner is proclaimed. On the other side, where it is blank but still laminated, it's just a fun spot to do drawings. Next up is an if-then game. So I will have the instructions all down below. You can kind of copy and paste, just put them in a Word document, print them out, and then you laminate them directly onto the container. On the back there's some instructions for just 2 players versus several. And you'll see here, these are just strips of paper. You can use scrap paper at the bottom of something that you printed. And then this is an envelope, actually half of an envelope. We'll use the other half a little later on, but a nice quick way to make a little pocket with a laminator. So the instructions will be down below. It's a fun game that I've enjoyed for years with friends that doesn't require a whole huge setup and tons of rules. And of course you'll want to make sure to have a couple of pens in there for people to write with. Next up is Don't Eat Pete. I don't have the exact principle of this, but you can just Google it and there's a whole bunch of different websites. The instructions again will be down below. I'll have them listed so you can print that off at the same time. I laminated this, made sure to cut the corners. Essentially, while one person is not looking or goes out of the room, everyone picks one of the goblins or whatever is on there to be Pete. And you put candy. It's maybe a little easier with little M&Ms instead of these bigger candies. But the person comes back and they pull one away and they pull another away and they keep pulling until they go on Pete. And everyone at the same time, when he goes for Pete, they scream, "Don't eat Pete!" And it's just kind of like startles you. And then you get to keep the candy, or I guess you could do it with like pennies or something. You get to keep the candy of whatever was there before Pete, and then you move on to the next person. Next up is a little Sudoku, which I personally love. Good little brain teasers, and you'll want your pens on the side, and down below in the description I'll have the website where I printed these from for free. I love sites that give you free printables. I also circled a little level of difficulty on these because they print out as a sheet. Some basic instructions. You can notice that this is from the other side of the envelope that was laminated, and inside I have just cut out individual Sudokus. Now some of these are just printed, you'll fill out with a pen. Some of them are actually laminated, and I try to do back to back, and you can use dry erase markers. I don't know, I tried kind of experimenting, and you'll just have to see if it's really worth it to laminate it for you or just do some print offs that would be then disposable. And I don't know, just kind of play with it, but they're just fun ones to have and tickle your brain. Next up we have these little gloves I just bought on clearance after winter season, and then you get a little ping pong ball. They're actually pretty affordable, and these little adhesive Velcro dots. So you put it all over the ball, and this is just a really cheap way of making kind of a catch game. So just 2 people can play there. The gloves are slim enough profile that they fit in this little tin. Obviously you can do like a gallon Ziploc bag or some other box, whatever you want, but just a fun little catching game. So I hope you enjoyed all of these different games that I came up with or that I compiled from other sources. This was a fun gift for my nieces and nephews, and again, just a copy for myself. I made sure that I fit everything to my container, even rounding the corner on some of the things before I laminated it so that they would fit in perfectly. And the only thing that was missing was the candy, because I didn't want that stored for too long. But it's a fun one that you can grab when you're going on a picnic, going on a road trip, just whatever. Going to grandma's house, take your tin of games. So I appreciate you joining me here on Jen's Creativity Corner. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which would be your favorite game, or maybe your kid's favorite game. What do you think they would enjoy the most? And I hope that you will subscribe, and we'll see you around next time. Have a great day.